I guess I'll start now while we're loading in. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Everything's working. Hello, comrades. Welcome to another episode of Under Construction. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. We are starting off in the traditional way with not Tetris. Like I said, I have entertained the idea of starting with different little flash games or whatever. I haven't really found anything that is the right format. There's a couple of things I would like it to be. Um, Let me just get ready to post that over there on the Trainz server. Ooh, that really took a second to get going. Alright, the stream should be running now. And I remember what we were working on last time, although it's a little bit, I don't know. Working in that area was a little bit goofy. Oh, and the soda is here.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Black cherry.
Oh, shoot. Okay, this is the other one I haven't had yet. So, our not sponsor Yacht Club soda from Centerville, North Providence, Rhode Island. Gloria has brought me the black cherry, which haven't had this before. Not a big black cherry person. I grabbed it off the shelf because I haven't had it before. So, let's see how it is before we start Not Tetris. You think it's going to be awful? I don't know. Black cherry, I'm not a huge black cherry person, but I'm definitely not anti-black cherry. I like cherry stuff, or at least I used to a lot. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. It almost tastes like a Shirley Temple. It really almost tastes like a Shirley Temple. Maybe just a little bit less of the, like, super sugar rush. This is really good. I'm going to have to get this more often. Hi, neighbor. Now, if you saw in Under Construction, in the thread, I shaved my face, and Gloria told me to leave just the mustache. I think it looks terrible. I think it looks awful. But you know, it is pretty sweet. It's not sweet in the way a Shirley Temple is sweet, but it's very Shirley Temple-esque. And yeah, I mean that's one of the, for the love of God, get huge glasses. I believe you have my stapler. Kind of huge glasses. Oh shoot! All right, I should have done that. Oh shoot, that was very dumb. You know, I can't really picture you with facial hair. I think you look best clean shaven. Although I mean, you know what? I could picture you with a mustache. I don't think it would be bad. The look in your Volvo is peak 80s. Yeah, it's either 80s or it's like, you know, the black and orange, the very particular drum beat intro. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I've caused a collapse. Oh, almost. I think oh shoot. Oh shoot. Alright, now this isn't gonna fit over there. Oh no! Alright, I screwed the whole thing. I screwed the whole thing. A tradition around the holidays sounds interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, people will tell me, oh, your beard looks good, and I'll say, oh, thank you. It's not a fashion statement. It's purely driven by laziness, which is the truth. It's like, if I cared, okay, we've got some physics going on here. If I cared, I would keep the mustache and goatee. If you go to the wedding page, I don't remember which page it's on, but if you go to the ironhorseman.com/wedding, it'll now automatically redirect you to our Zola site if you wait just like a couple seconds. And there's a picture of me with the mustache, with the, you know, with the mustache and goatee in there somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. There's a bunch of pictures in there. It was fun to make that site. It doesn't exactly have the functionality that I wish it had, but anything else I can just put on my own site and I can get rid of the automatic redirect and just kind of go from there. Okay. You know, originally it was going to be, hey, here's a link. Canada Home was I forgot the login to my Proxmox server. That's not that's less than ideal. Um, I hope you can figure out how to get in. Um, the wedding is at the New England Wireless and Steam Museum in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. It's going to be streamed. Tyler or Pensifan or Rear Admiral, whatever that. I don't know what his thing is on the server right now. But the oft technical advisor for Locomotive Versus, um, he's in charge of videography. So you yell at him about that. He's in charge of videography because East really, really, really wanted him to come to the rehearsal dinner, and I needed somebody to be in charge of videography. So, oh shoot! All right, we're host. We're not even get to 1,000. Okay, whatever. We're starting late. Let's get this row on the show. Let's post that in there. You're gonna come crash it? Please don't. Uh, please observe from a respectful distance, as if we are animals at a zoo. I think not only is that appropriate, but it is like somehow accurate. Hopefully, the wedding will not feel like zoo animal situation, but it's entirely possible that it does. We will have at least one actual animal, so there's that. Um, but yeah, mark your calendars, October 19th. It's probably going to be on this channel. It's either going to be on this channel or on the community channel. I don't know which. Is there going to be a cash bar? There is going to be a cash bar, but seating is limited. Please do not crash the wedding. I don't want to have to post Weibold at the door and tell him to kick people out. I say these are my parasocial relationship people. Please don't let them in. Got to make sure the dog doesn't pee on or eat the guest shoes. Dean, your job is to just sort of keep an eye on him while we set up, and then release him at the end of the aisle. And ideally, he will go from you to my dad, who will be at the far end of the aisle, like the end where Gloria and I are, with the rings. My mom is insistent that we should have someone walk him. Which, if we were gonna have somebody walk him, maybe it would be you, but maybe it would be like my little cousin Joey or something, because that part of the family isn't really included in the ceremony. But either way, I don't want to do it because I kind of want to just see what Lafayette does. Yeah, no, I think this like coin flip, even odds that he goes everywhere but, like you said, it's entirely possible. But it's also entirely possible he just sees my dad and just beeline. I think it's going to be a nice little sort of tension break, It'll be very formal, very slow going. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's bring in the people. Let's bring in, the bridesmaids and groomsmen and the flower girls, and going to be very it's a wedding, right? It's going to be formal. Yeah, definitely. He's going to go to the groomer beforehand. Actually, he's going to make sure he's all set for the wedding. I'm not sure if putting the pavement all over here is the right way to do it, but I will adjust it later. I just wanted to get that down. Okay. So, yeah, he'll go to the groomer. The next time he's going to the groomer is before the wedding. So he's going to get real fluffy from between now and then. I already had to... I clipped a mat off of him yesterday. So there's that. Okay. Should this road extend past here? I honestly don't think so. Or at the very least, it should be perpendicular. It should be like this. Let's see. This is an old street. Yeah, that comes through here. But, he's not going to be a big, fluffy goofball. He's going to be nice and trimmed and spick and span and hopefully smells good. I can't guarantee that because he's a dog. But we're really gonna try. If the bridesmaids can all get like manicures and pedicures and makeup and get their hair done, then Lafayette can at least be dressed or groomed, not dressed. He's not going to be dressed. Um, I know I do. I have a smooth face and a mustache, uh, which I'm not sure if I should say what Gloria calls the mustache. I'm not sure if it's something that I can say in polite company. No, we have singing Halo would be fun, but we do have songs picked out. We have a whole like sheet that the DJ gave us for this and that we have already filled out for the most part. We have some. We even have some like practical jokes in there with regard to with regard to what different things are going to happen. Uh, you can dress up Lafayette. If you do that, he gives up. He gives up. He just like he doesn't move anymore. All right, I need to figure out what I'm putting in here. So this is our triangle. So last time, let's just get up to speed. Excuse me. Last time we did this. I don't think the Lonely Island is on the list. For my own family's sake, I'm not going too far afield with the goofy songs. So yeah, last time we finished this, um, which I'm not super happy with, but I'm happy enough with. And we put some stuff down over here. Uh, yeah, porn stash is in the right direction. Not exactly what Gloria calls it, but you've got the right idea. Um, if Gloria comes back in here, I will ask them to say it because then I will not be implicated in discussion of this thing on my face. I'm gonna separate that like that. Um, I'm just not sure what to do next. It was a little bit more bushy, and I trimmed it up because I was like, okay, as long as I am in front of this mirror, I might as well do something with my face. The Silverton is not on the list. So the list, I've been trying to be kind of careful with the list because there are plenty of songs that we would like to play on their own merits. But considering the fact that this is going to be a DJ, we're going to have a dance floor, it's like, okay, I want to narrow it down to songs that we want to play that you can dance to. Oh, thank you, Pat. We do still have a little bit of batch 4 left, and I keep pushing on the release date of like, okay, it's going to be then, it's going to be then, it's going to be the end of the summer. I've been trying real hard to get all the wedding stuff done before going back to the trading cards, and we have almost everything. We have everything to the point where I could probably spend the next month and a half on not wedding stuff. Once we get these invitations here and out the door, which they're in the mail, they're being shipped to us from Vistaprint, same printer of the trading cards, of course. Um, you know, they're then maybe I'll be able to focus up on the trading. And yeah, then I'll be able to focus up on the trading cards again. The issue is that I have been lost in a completely different sort of situation, in a different sidetrack, which is, as many of you may know at this point, Merger Mania has taken me by storm. I have the Merger Mania mania. We did a test of 2.0, and I expressed how much I liked it in the thread under gaming on our Discord server, which you can join in the description. But I think what needs to, like, the words that are actually in my head, and I don't want to talk it up too much, but really, these are the words that are in my head. This feels like what Merger Mania was always supposed to be. And that's a bold statement for me, having worked on it for as long as I have. I've been compiling my own list for songs that can be played at a wedding and danced to. Well, the DJ will be taking suggestions, so if you've got something that doesn't get uh, you know, that doesn't come up, then feel free. Um, you know, I should go through, and there's a whole section for like do not play. Um, I think I'm gonna set the horseman down in general and say like don't meme Gloria will kill you. I hope we like country. I mean, I don't hate country. Country's all right. Um, most country songs are going to be a slower dance, I would imagine. Uh, but country is the worst genre. I mean, them's fighting words for some people. Uh, no, no, Dean, no, Dean. Um, don't meme if you want to live. Yeah, no. All right, let's. I want to put some driveways for this. I don't know why I'm just like locked in on this gas station. Um, what's up is I'm kind of lost now. I had so much to do, and then I finished it, and now like there's stuff to do down there, but I'm not sure if I'm like mentally prepared for that. So I'm kind of going in this direction. Maybe this will be a triangle, and then this will be a triangle. I talked about throwing down one or two more industries, but I haven't exactly decided on where. We put in the like railway post office stuff over there and the REA. Um, what the hell was I saying? You get a plane foam on Saturday. That's when you're. Are you just you work at an airport, Pat? You get a plane foam every day. Um, uh, all right. Let's do this. This is definitely some country is. I don't want to say it's the worst genre because that just feels kind of mean. But and also I don't really hold that opinion. But it's definitely the genre that I gravitate towards probably least. Um, oh, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy is good. I have some of that. Not on the list, just in general. My mom got me into Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Uh, Play some Chaperone. Uh, I mean, I did put Hot to Go on the list. I put Hot to Go and the YMCA because I feel like you got to have both. Um, but I put like all the classics. I put like the Cupid Shuffle and the Cotton Eye Joe and uh, whatever the hell else. And by I mean Gloria because Gloria knows all these songs. I do not. I can't remember what I personally added. Like I don't remember what I specifically contributed, but some stuff. Um, I didn't put any Boston on because as much as I love Boston, I can't imagine dancing to them. Uh, like I can't think of a song of theirs that strikes me as good for dancing that isn't just like jumping around. Um, is this a party dance or is there going to be a slow dance portion? Um, this is probably going to be some slow dances. I mean, the DJ is going to be in charge. He's going to sort of like clock the vibe and go from there. Um, I mean, I can't say anything bad about the guitar solo from Peace of Mind. Jump Around would be kind of fun. Um, bit of Coldplay, Chris Stapleton. I haven't thought about putting Coldplay on the list, but man, was Coldplay a staple to me growing up. Uh, I've seen them in concert more than probably anybody else, which is strange. And I remember being at the train club, and I don't like. I can't remember. I think it was some younger kids, not the folks that are like in our Discord, but some other group, and I expressed that I enjoyed Coldplay, and I got like all sorts of weird looks. Um, Yellow is the only good Coldplay song, really. I mean, Yellow is quite good, but The Scientist is sort of the same vein. Um, I like a lot of their stuff off Milo Zoloto. You're not the only one. You're definitely not the only ones that think Yellow is a good wedding song. I'm pretty sure Gianna wants to make that her first dance song whenever she gets married. Viva La Vida is Coldplay, yes. Life in Technicolor 2 is fantastic. I love that song. And yeah, their early stuff is very good. I like some of their later stuff or more recent stuff. I didn't really get into like the most recent albums, Music of the Spheres. Um, but like I bought their album before that, which was Everyday Life. I like that album quite a bit. Um, I'm not sure the political message holds up with everything that's going on currently in the Middle East, but you know, the songs are good. I like the songs. Either it holds up, either it doesn't hold up as well, or it holds up like really good. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the message. I just sort of get the vibe. I don't. You know, all art is political by some measure. So you know, take from that what you will. Coldplay isn't my thing. Yellow being more rock makes it more my thing. I mean, there is plenty of rock Coldplay in I think X and Y. I'm thinking of like Politic. Is that Politic? White Shadows. Um. Shoot, those are the two that come to mind for like real rocky songs off their early albums. But some stuff on Milo Zoloto is really good. Uh, Hurts Like Heaven comes to mind. Charlie Brown is maybe my favorite song off that album. That is a really good song. That was a song that I somehow managed to. So I assigned that song to a relationship, and that relationship did not pan out. But somehow the song made it out unscathed. You know, like I didn't have any heart. Like I don't suffer when I listen to that song like I did with some other songs that were tied to relationships for quite some time. I'm like past all of that, thankfully. But you know, be careful. It's sort of like setting a song as your ringtone, except slightly less of a guarantee of it ruining the song for you. Uh, I did that with "Smokin'" by Boston. That was my mistake. I also did it with "Clocks" from Coldplay, and it just like made me hate the song. It was my ringtone. It was my alarm, even I think, which you know, rookie mistake. But I was in middle school. What you know? Can you blame me? Um, Sing music, Perturbator, Ghost, We Are, Megonia. I do not recognize those. Um, I wonder what like the most obscure band I can that I listen to, or at least obscure to this group of people. You know, I know that like the Fomer fandom skews in a specific direction in terms of music taste, or at least it seems to. That might be a whole heaping pile of confirmation bias, but you never know. Um, I am someone who sort of takes all comers when it comes to music. Uh, we don't need to take a detour through my we don't need to uh, like take a walk through my iTunes library. Yes, I still have. I mean, I still use this on the daily. Some of you might be too young to know what this is. That scares me. Uh, I'm just gonna put it. It's perched on top of on my desktop because it's charging. Um, that one song from the Babers Transformers where Sam and Michaela are cruising through the tunnel and sharing the one seatbelt. I don't know. I don't know which song, but I have the Bayverse Transformers like soundtrack on CD loaded onto my iPod. I just got like What I've Done on it. That's a good song. Um, okay. Artist screaming makes good ringtones. Um, oh, before it's too late. I don't. I think I would know it if I heard it. Um, but yeah, no, I sort of take all comers. Does anyone here, and it shows up at Iron Horse and Radio occasionally, so if you know it from there, you know it from there. Does anyone here know the group Morchiba? Yeah, the Linkin Park What I've Done. Because that is something that is like not the edge of my musical taste. I really like them a lot, but it's a little bit. I feel like it's way out of left field for basically everyone I know. Um, Yes, but I don't know much about them. The fact that you recognize the name is cool to me. Um, they're a hip hop group. They do some cool stuff. Um, I guess you can call them a hip hop group. I've never been. You get into a certain range of music. Well, honestly, I've never been much for just like genres in general. People say, "Oh, what do you like?" I'm into classic rock, I guess. Um, but like, what is classic rock exactly? Uh, what even is country exactly? Everything, you know, uh, like, oh shoot, I have a road that is floating off the ground. Every genre is just like sort of an amalgam of things. You know, it's just this big blob of, oh shoot, this big blob of musical types. And like, sure, you can define it if you want, and I'm sure there are sort of clinical definitions of music genres, but I personally don't care that much. It's music. Do I recognize a band called Creator? I want to say I do, but I don't think I do. I want to say I do, but I don't think I do. Which is like, I recognize the name, but I'm going to assume that I recognize the name for the wrong reasons because I don't think it's that. Or with a K, starting with a K makes me immediately think metal. Is it metal? Or is it vaguely defined as metal? Uh, hello, Mopac. What is your favorite? Oh, what did I do over here? What are your favorite musical genres? Interesting thing about classic rock bands like Linkin Park. That's uh, that's what gets me. When I was growing up, Linkin Park was like not classic rock. It wasn't even close. You know, classic rock was like Led Zeppelin era, you know, and before. And it's like now, and I'm not denying that Linkin Park is classic rock, or at least it is now, but like, that's crazy to me. It makes me feel ancient. They do death metal, okay. Um, Totalitarian Terror. That's a great, that is a great song title. Um, okay. Um, yeah, but, and I get what I get what you're going for, Train Street, but like, where's the lie? Is my point. Like it absolutely can be considered classic rock, and that's insane to me. That's absurd. Like it's been, you know, it's been. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, maybe. Oh God, is that from Prabhupada episode one? I mean, yeah, it does make me feel old as well. Yeah, it's been. Um, is that classic rock? Oops, all classic rock. Um, MCR is on the verge of being classic rock. Oh God, don't say that. Um, okay, all right. This is my biggest triangle right now. Like, and it's got to be. It goes from like this. Uh, it goes from here to over here. It's this whole area is my current triangle, and this is a big area, and it's like a downtown. Now, I well, one, I need to make these blocks smaller because they're all too big and they're all weird shapes. Um, I think I'll split this in half. How? This is 600 feet. Okay, we don't really need city blocks here. Um, this is 300 feet. Let's go 300 even. Let's do that. Even that might be a little big. Um, this is 355 degrees. 355, so it's going to end with a 5. That's all I need to know. So it's going to be 265 is our 90 degree sort of ordinal off of that to right about there. Also, the It's Been has been ruined for me by Neil Cicerega. It's the what is it? Smooth, right? That's the song that uses the lyrics from that and the beat from shoot, it's been a while. From the Michael Jackson song from Smooth Criminal. I like old folk music. I go to my way to buy records. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Get off your throne of vinyl records there, Kaiser. And we know what a like. I don't know if you've missed it, but vinyls have been kind of on the upswing lately. So all the youngins know what vinyl records are these days. I myself picked up a huge collection. If you if you received our Christmas card 2 years ago now, or like a year and a half, I guess, you saw the giant collection of vinyls that I. Hello, Liam. You saw the giant collection of vinyls that I ended up with. Um, I invite everyone to, and so this is the second secret page that I'm going to talk about today. There's theironhorseman.com/wedding. There's also theironhorseman.com/xmas, XMAS, which is, I don't know where to put this. I like this building. I don't know where to put it. Which is the Christmas card from 2 years ago now, or a year and a half ago, like I said. Um, the the print came out kind of bad, and also it was a like I had to one S XMAS, theironhorseman.com/XMAS. If somebody wants to grab it and then just throw it in the thread, that way everyone can see it. Yeah, it is. I don't know what to do with this area. I was gonna just pave it, but that's a lot of pavement. Um, oh, you know what? I will do a sidewalk and then a grass strip and then another sidewalk, perhaps. Um, because yeah, so the print came out really dark because of the way we had to take the photo, and I said, okay, well, whatever. As like compensation, I will make this page. I'll put up all of the different shots that we had to take to get the final photo, because the final photo is a composite. Because it's tough to get the cat and the dog to sit still, etc. And also, yeah, we were trying to get them to sit still, and we were using a timer, and it was not it was a difficult day. But the okay, this is working fine. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take all the bloopers and I'm going to put them up on the website. And then I wrote on the back of all of the cards, I wrote theironhorseman.com/xmas. And I hope most people got it, turned it over, seeing if there was something on the back, and then went, oh, what is this? And then went to the website. Because that was a lot of fun. Like, I really enjoyed making that page and putting all the bloopers up there. And occasionally I'll still scroll through it. And you can see, like, the problems that we were having. You know, Lafayette is in all different spots. The cat is, like, half in most of the photos, but not in the way that we were trying to get him in the photos. And, yeah, I mean, you know, just see for yourself, I suppose. There we go. Let's do this over here. Let's do this sidewalk like so. Yeah, so I got all those albums from, there was a tag sale that was inhabiting the lower floor of the old Warwick Grange for many years. It closed because the fellow who was running it passed away, and so the Grange basically came into possession of everything, or we were going to if the guy's family didn't get it all out of there. So they came by and they were trying to get it all out of there, and I saw the guy had a buttload of vinyls, and I said, you know what, I'll take them. Big mistake. There were so many. I didn't get anywhere near all of them, and it just like it filled my car. It filled up my work table in the basement, which is still covered in records. I've just finally got around to donating most of them to try to get rid of them. So I've just begun to do that. Um, were you playing those albums? Yes, yes, yes. That was the subset of the albums that were Christmas related. There were so many more. Yeah, tomorrow will be 113. Hooray. Oh, I've got to post the picture of the bridge that says 113 on the bottom of it. That I saw while I was working the other day. Okay. You with vinyls like me when someone tries to throw out books. Yeah, I get that way too. I've taken home a couple of boxes of books that were on the side of the road, but I definitely respect it either way. I respect it in every case. And yeah, no, I don't like to see. So I saw actually there was a box full of CDs. Actually, those of you that are country fans would have loved this box of CDs that I found on the side of the road, because it was basically all country. The only thing I took out of it, uh, which is not country, I guess it was country adjacent. I don't know. That's just what was left. Was this the best of Dean Martin CD? Is also it's toasty in here. I'm gonna take my house coat off. Um, so yeah, I mean, I got that. I haven't loaded it into my iTunes yet. I have some Dean Martin already. I don't think what I have is overlapping that CD because there are some songs I have like 3 and 4 copies of. Um, but that's why I was on the side of the road of Dean Martin. Got him. Let's put this. Oh shoot. It reminds me of a joke. I can't remember. I can't remember who the persona in the joke is supposed to be, but it reminds me of a joke of like, you know, somebody is good friends with, and this is like based on a real occurrence. I'm pretty sure. Somebody is really good friends with Frank Sinatra, so they're taking this lady out on a date, and they know Sinatra's going to be at the same restaurant, maybe performing or whatever, and he says, "Oh, Frank, buddy, can you like come by my table and say hello? Because it'll make me look really cool to this woman that I'm trying to impress." And Sinatra says, "Yeah, sure, of course, of course." And so he comes by, and the guy goes, he comes by and introduces himself, and the man turns to Frank Sinatra and goes, "Frank, what are you doing? Can't you see I'm here with this beautiful woman? You want to keep interrupting me or what?" Um, so look at that. We made an urban park. Uh, all right, so I'm gonna jump back at this right 2.0. I have to nail down the roads in this area. Um, Lafayette, what are you doing? Lafayette. I don't know where he went. He's being suspicious. Uh, Dean Martin is a good choice. I put Lafayette. Go in your crate. Go. Go in there. Not a good boy. Thought he was acting suspicious. He went right into the bathroom. He's not allowed in the bathroom, and he knows that. Well, he doesn't know much, but um, no clue why. But I have a revulsion to George Jones. All right. Uh, George Jones didn't do anything to you. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's put insert spline point, insert spline point. And I was running into this problem before. I need 42-foot street without one sidewalk, but there's only 42-foot with no sidewalk. So whatever, I will have to live with that. I put Dean Martin on like the dinner playlist. I wanted the stuff that gets played during dinner time to be that sort of music. Most controversial music opinion that I have in the rock scene is that Nirvana is overrated. I'm not a huge Nirvana fan. It's tough to agree there, but like I don't want to diss Nirvana. Like I understand I understand the what's the word? Like the sort of not like I understand the artistry that was there, but I'm just not a fan. I just don't really enjoy the music. You do civil engineering stuff. Can you explain to me why people think the yellow merge sign and the yield sign are the same sign? The yellow merge sign is in the one that shows two like lanes coming together and dot dot dot, or is that the one that you mean? Because I don't know. Some people get panicky. I mean, driving a car can be a very anxiety-inducing experience for people, and sometimes the human instinct is to, oh my god, I'm in the way. I gotta get out of the way. Like I can't do what I'm doing right now, even if what you're doing right now is like a perfectly acceptable thing to be doing. Like speeding up onto the highway. There are plenty of people who treat yields and stop signs frustratingly the same. There are people that, in both directions is what I was getting at. Both yielding at a stop sign and not stopping, and stopping at a yield sign, like particularly when you get those spooky, scary things known as roundabouts in play. Oh, that's not correct. I need to move this one. Oh wait, no. You know what I want to do? I want to straighten this, and then I want to scoot it over, and then move that way. This looks like when you're merging from one perpendicular road to another. Yeah, okay, yeah. One straight arrow and one curved arrow. Yeah, okay. I know which one you mean. I don't know. I think merging is difficult for people because you are doing something in the presence of other road vehicles that is sort of inherently uncontrolled, and that like you're making a decision, but you're still moving fairly quickly, and it, people with an abundance of caution, which sometimes is a hell of a lot better than the alternative, usually is a hell of a lot better than the alternative, will just pump the brakes, Okay, oops, alright, like that. And I can't really blame people when they get nervous while driving. So, I have undertaken frankly, I'm honored to do it, of teaching another one of Gloria's friends to drive. First place spline with selected asset. And this individual is very apprehensive about getting behind the wheel. So we just went to a parking lot and we basically just did laps in an empty parking lot for the first session. And it really helped a lot. There was some crying, not because of anything that happened, but just because of nerves. I mean, I feel like, and I don't want to go into the whole, train good, car bad right now, but like, whoops, excuse me. But like, getting behind the wheel of an automobile is a huge responsibility, and sometimes people recognize that and take it in stride. Sometimes people don't recognize it and things happen. Sometimes people recognize it and it's overwhelming. Like, whoops, like straight up. It's just, it is a lot to sort of come to, come to your senses, come to Jesus, whatever you want to, whatever you want me to mean by that, and just like recognize the fact that I am behind the wheel of a thing moving faster than any human was ever, like, you know, not designed to move, but you know what I mean. Uh, Faster than any human was ever supposed to go, uh, and it's on me and no one else to make sure that I don't die and also kill other people. Um, and like for some people, that's easier to square than others. Um, it's a big responsibility. And I know we talked about on the show last time how it's like, okay, it would be wonderful to make getting a driver's license more difficult because there are lots of crazy people on the road that should not be driving for one reason or other, either because, you know, either because they are too old to have the reaction time and wherewithal necessary to get behind the wheel, or maybe too young, or maybe just not, oh shoot, maybe just not in the correct headspace, maybe they're irresponsible. I don't want to like knock on everyone who's ever gotten behind the wheel, because it's not as if competent and collected drivers do not exist categorically, um, but it's a big responsibility. Um, Everyone in Massachusetts should have to take extra testing to drive. Yeah, no, I mean, mass drivers, once you get used to them, you sort of learn that mass drivers operate under like this very specific set of roadway rules, which are completely like nonsense to anyone else, right? Like they don't make any sense because they're insane, like genuinely insane. Um, but it's still like a set of rules you can learn to predict. Massachusetts drivers, like in a nutshell, just like drive as if they're trying to kill you. Um, less road for you means more road for them, and I think that's, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense, right? That tracks. Um, Now the thing is, when you compare this to Rhode Island drivers, which is always an interesting experience, um, Massachusetts drivers drive like they're trying to kill you. Rhode Island drivers drive like they're trying to kill themselves. Um, and this is all in good fun, of course. It's a fun little joke that I like to trot out. Because of course every place on Earth has the worst drivers and also the most unpredictable weather. Nothing, like not nothing, but it's one of those things that irks me, that sort of bothers me, right? Like some people say, to go back to the music, oh, if you can't admit that your favorite band has like some bad songs, then like I don't trust you. If you can't, like, it's a mark of character to be able to say, like, actually, my drivers aren't actually the worst, and the weather isn't actually the most predictable on the planet, like most unpredictable on the planet. uh it's just like everyone likes to complain about the stuff that they know. uh Everyone likes to sort of take that and run with it. Now, there are certainly some places with very unpredictable weather. I personally haven't been somewhere with more unpredictable weather, at least as far as like accepting the top of Mount Washington. Um, what am I? What? Oh shoot. Uh, Excepting the top of Mount Washington, I have not been any place with more unpredictable weather than Colorado, the eastern slope of the Rocky Mountains. It is very unpredictable. Um, the weather will change very fast, and it'll do so in a way that is, uh, well, I should maybe just say hazardous to one's health, but um, it'll do so in a way that is sort of really random. Like when we were there, it wasn't that bad, but I've seen it like go from sunny to thunderstorming in a very short span of time with virtually no warning. Um, it's the kind of thing that it happens there. It happens there with a sort of frequency that we just don't get out here. Like it'll happen every once in a long while. You'll get a situation where it's like, oh shoot, you like pack it up. The weather's gonna turn, and that in some respects comes with living, near a large body of water, i.e., the Atlantic Ocean in my case. Um, it applies to others near other large bodies of water, for example, things like lake effect snow. Um, but, or, just lake effect in general, I guess I should say. Um, does that look better or worse? I mean, I think it looks worse, but no, whatever. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna delete that, and then we're gonna do this without sidewalks from here to here. Okay, and then I should be able to even that out, and everything will be fine. Yeah, it's pretty much fine. Okay. A little lower. There we go. That's a better looking intersection than the one we just had. We'll have to put some sidewalk on the north side, but it'll be fine. I used to live in Mass. In Virginia, we have aggressive drivers. Mass drivers are aggressive and bad. Um, I would make that intersection out of concrete because high use. I would if I could get the sidewalks to line up on this end. Uh, so I'm just gonna do it like weird and piecemeal like this, and I'm gonna call it a day. Um, Originally, I was gonna have it all be macadam, but I don't think it's worth the effort to get those sidewalks to line up. I've already spent quite some time in that intersection. Um, so yeah, I need to make some of these blocks smaller. I'm gonna need to add some urban parks and things like that. Um, I was thinking of adding a pass through here, maybe just like an alley. Um, yeah, an alley would be fine there, which means I need a road type that I haven't used in a long while, which is either of these. I don't know what the difference is between these two. Oh, that one's no traffic. I don't care about no traffic. Actually, no, in this case, I will have no traffic. Um, yeah, okay. Like so. Um, and then I need some parking. Although we're outside of our triangle now. Will there be a locomotive on display? I try to avoid doing that. I didn't. I saw the Coltrane video. I didn't watch. I didn't watch it. I saw that it was posted, and my first thought was, "Oh, is the AC fixed?" So is the AC fixed? But no, I try to do locomotives on display because there aren't really great assets for it. Any locomotive you put there is gonna. I mean, you either you either have a locomotive that is there and it's making noise and making noise and producing steam and whatever. And like a couple of assets allow you to turn them off, but even still, the AI doesn't know that. Uh, or you sort of use like one of the rare assets of like a locomotive object, you know. And I don't really like that solution. I don't like either of the solutions. A locomotive object would be slightly better, but well, number one, we're not exactly in the age of preservation yet. I mean, it's the 50s. I think in the 1950s, those of you who have the Weyerhaeuser 201 trading card, which is the Chesapeake, the 2882. Who pinged me? Oh, hey, Liam. The 2882 that Weyerhaeuser had, they eventually put that thing on display in front of their headquarters, and I think that was still during the Steam era. I'm just going to imagine they didn't need it anymore. Let's see. Is this in my triangle? Yes. we'll do things sort of one thing at a time. I would have been rather surprised if the AC was fixed. I think Mike Ashinsky is going to take point on that. Okay. One of the things I should do. So these buildings over here, I need to get some buildings in here. These buildings over here probably would do well over here. The thing is, they're very narrow, and I don't even know. You know, I mean, I could line all these up against one another. 264.3, 264.3. I could line these all up against one another and put some stuff along the road, but look how not deep they are. Look how not deep. Look how much space there is behind them. Even if I divide this block into two, which would be kind of weird, it's going to leave a ton of space. I mean, these are city blocks. Let's come back to weather for a second. I mean, I think the contender for the worst weather, of course, has to go to Mount Washington. And yes, I am biased, but they do call it the worst weather in the world for a reason. It's not for fun. They didn't, they weren't like vying for that title. They just sort of ended up with it. So the weather there is fairly unpredictable and fairly chaotic. I certainly can't disagree with the sentiment. Florida with all the hurricanes. Honestly though, the thing with Florida is you get a reprieve for a good portion of the year, and I feel like most people from Florida will tell you that they just sort of shrug off a hurricane. They're not bothered by that, which is insane, but it's Florida for you. Okay. I like this building on the right. It's a very nice building. Reminds me of downtown Providence. There's some stuff that looks like that. And then yeah, we need to figure out some city block sizes, because I'm looking at these and I'm thinking they've got to be too big, but like 300 feet for a block just seems small. But if we look at like downtown Providence, that's 360 feet, and that has an alleyway in between. And you can't see what I'm looking at, but like, yeah, these blocks are like, look at this. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Let's go to screen. Nope. Yes, screen. Like downtown Providence skate park and whatever this is. Oh, that's a garage. Duh. This is 360 feet, and that's 2 blocks. One block is less than 200, and even if you go this way, you've got this to here, that's 260 feet. Next one over to Clemens Street is 150 feet. You've got alleys in between everything. What is going on with this? This is a very narrow building. Well, first of all, that's an incredibly cool mural. I've definitely driven by here, and I don't think I've ever noticed the fact that this building is like 2 inches wide. Fascinating. Oh, that's what we need. We need like a theater around here. Speaking of downtown Prov, we passed the original Providence station yesterday, and we all screamed, "Oh my God, it's the real life PN." I can't believe they made the Providence Northern into a real thing. It's crazy. If you haven't gotten the chance to go to Track 15 down there, I would take it. It's very cool. The food is very good. It's not super expensive. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. But for, like, bougie food hall food, it's on par. It's par. I'll say that. It's par. It's not crazy. It's not, It's not crazy in either direction. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. This is the kind of density that I need to have, which just seems like absolutely insane amount of pavement. But you know what? That's what we get, right? Um, so let's see. This is 350 feet, and if that's like right in the middle there, and it comes across here right in the middle, then yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we want. Um, 350, half of 350 is 175. If we go back into Surveyor Classic and then we put another road like 200 feet over this way, you forget it. I'll eyeball it. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! I don't need to measure that. Measure once, cut twice. So I want it to be like right here. If everything comes out looking like this is going to be a great downtown. Of course, we are sort of on the edge of town, but you know, if she wants to see me, okay. If I extend this out this way, am I extending it? Yeah, I am. And then what I want to do is I want to add a road that does this through here. I know I talked about putting a road through here. I'm not sure if that's going to be super feasible. And the nice thing about throwing down roads everywhere is that you have less room for buildings. Like, the bad thing about having roads everywhere is that you have less room for buildings. The good thing about having roads everywhere is that you have less room for buildings. You can just sort of do whatever you want to do because you don't need to worry about empty space. You're filling your empty space, and that's a good thing. So let's just grab our. Let's go for a large radius and medium sensitivity, and try to smooth this a little bit, just so it isn't quite as noticeable that there's a change in height. Yeah, there we go. Maybe I should just focus on this and then fill this gap in later. That's something that I've been fairly accustomed to doing. I also don't know what these buildings are, Halle. I don't know where they're from. Just at a road with a sign of the road that says Steamtown or Bust. Yeah. Halle. Is that a place? Like, is that a person? AD building. I don't know what AD means. Something downtown? Maybe Austin downtown? Does not really strike me as Austin. Austria downtown? Also doesn't really strike me as Austria. I don't know, it's something. It's AD. Hello, Orion. Welcome to the party. Let's see. This feels too important to be down here. Oh wait, no, because we're right along this old thing, so maybe we would have had some nicer buildings along this stretch here. Actually, part of me wants to flip all these to this side along this road here. Yeah, let's do that. Because this road would be older, so you can have some of these older buildings here. Although this is already a town that's gone through some serious changes in its lifetime and really hit the boom times with sort of the growth of its commercial district here. AD indicates that the buildings were constructed sometime after the birth of Christ. You know, I don't think you're wrong conceptually. These buildings were almost certainly built after the birth of Christ. Probably. Like, I think it's a fairly safe bet. I think. Can't say for certain. You never know. Like, we don't know what we don't know. If the aliens could show up and build the pyramids, maybe they could build some nice downtown structures for Trainz Railroad Simulator. Um, I mean, I'm sure they have better 3D modeling software than we do. I just want to say that. All right, good night, Train Street. Good to see you as always. Okay. Now this is a problem because this was a right angle and now it's not. What if I put this over here because this is an actual right angle? I need to stop fudging my right angles. My weird angles should be kit bashed buildings, and not a right angle building that's supposed to go on a right angle corner, and I've slapped it in there and then paved the intervening space. Like that's not the play. It's not the play. This I'm gonna move down to the corner here. ChatGPT is starting to irritate me, confusing my 486s with future 410.6s. Listen, I mean, you can't really blame ChatGPT. It doesn't know what any of those things are. It doesn't know what anything is. It's a language model. It's just gonna like spit back to you the thing that it thinks is most likely to like the words that are most likely to go together following your query, whatever it is. That is the folly of a large language model. It's not really an AI. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know what the truth is. It doesn't know what reality is. It doesn't even know really what you've told it. It doesn't have memory like that. Oh shoot, this has windows in the back. I don't like that. I don't know what to do about that. I feel like I'm always at a loss for words to describe, like to get the point across on how large language models work. And part of it is because my own understanding of them is fairly rudimentary because I'm not a computer scientist. I'm not that kind of, I'm not that kind of nerd. But like, I feel like it's important to understand. I found out due to GPT that steam engines can maybe burn coal coke and thus burn cleaner. It did the math. Did you check its math? The problem with coal coke is just that it's very hot, and it's very difficult to get burning. It's sort of like super anthracite in some ways, in my understanding of steel making, which is once again rudimentary because I'm not a steel maker. The fact that this has like a blank sides and top, I don't like. Leipzig. All right, so I'm starting to think that this is a place name. This has a door on it. All right, let's put this over here. Whoa, the beardless stash is different, but not at all a bad look. Yeah, Gloria. That's the point that Gloria was trying to get across to me. I still do not like it. Yeah, Leipzig is a city in Germany. Is Halle a city in Germany? And how on earth do you pronounce it? Because I want to pronounce it like Hollyberry. And I'm hesitant, especially with the knowledge that it's probably German. I feel like that's not how you pronounce that. Villa Hollyberry. So this is a house. It's kind of a cool house, I can't lie. What if I stuck this in the side of a building? Hold on, watch this. What if I... Oh, I wish this was rotated 180 degrees. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good. I think it could. I think it could look good. Like that. Uh-oh. I sawed that window in half. Yeah, like that. That doesn't look half bad. The fact that it's sort of on a can I have the opposite version of this? I want the thing at the oh wait, it's mirrored. It's mirrored. mirrored. So if I rotate it like this, then I get the opposite end. 264.4. Or whatever. Holla? Seriously? Holla! I checked it 3 times. Grok, Bing, Google, even other GPT models. Well, that's good. I would go to like Wolfram Alpha. You know, I would try to bang it out with a calculator and just see what it, if the sort of formulas are spitting out the answer that they purport. You know, that's that's what I would do. Well, that's what I would do in the situation where I'm taking math from a large language model, because it doesn't really know what numbers are. Is the thing. It doesn't know that 1 plus 1 equals 2. It just sees that people write 1 plus 1 equals 2 a lot. Uh, and I mean, I can't begrudge anyone. If it works for you, it works for you. I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of it, I'm not someone to like get upset. Uh, like, it's here to stay, unfortunately. Okay, that's not gonna work, and we're just gonna have to sort of live with that. The fact that this has windows on the back doesn't really make me happy. Um, these buildings are all designed to be like bi-directional, which is a bit of a double-edged sword. I can't believe the Germans made a city called Halle. Maybe that's where the Halle Batgirl is from. Okay. Scoot this right over the sidewalk. That storefront is reminding me of Jim Thorpe. What's funny is I mentioned visiting Jim Thorpe to my dad, and he like automatically knew who he was. He's like, "Oh, you know who Jim Thorpe is?" Which was kind of interesting. I feel like it speaks to like what they were trying to do by renaming the town. Not that I necessarily still think like I can't say that it was a good idea still. I think it's goofy. Sup, Ellis, I'm rewatching this series and working in Trainz 2. Took a few routes for the DLS and using it. So my own routes. I'm I'm on episode 75, How Do Narrow Gauge. It's kind of weird to think like this is a series. Like once I stopped doing the sort of story time for the zombie train as the background of these videos, they really are like perfect for streaming, right? Like a Trainz route build is an ideal game for streaming, at least in my opinion. Because you can focus on it about as much as you want. If you need to focus on whatever conversation is going on, then that's okay. You just like do something really boring and straightforward, like placing trees or grass or whatever. Um, and even this, I'm just like going through. I find a building that fits. I put it in. It's not super intensive stuff. Okay. Using them for my own routes. Oh, okay. I've taken to Canon using cold coke for a fictional nation. Steam locomotives, high pressure, low emissions. Beats Mallard's rejected airplane wind design with brakes. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to fill in this here. I need some like generic city buildings that aren't necessarily houses. Like I need some theaters and stuff. But the thing is, the more housing I put down, the more accurate this is gonna be because, I mean, it's mostly housing. That's what cities are made of. That's what everything's made of. And I just need to stay away from. I need to stay away from the suburbs for just a little bit. If I don't, I'm afraid I'm going to get tossed into a furnace of some description. That's a movie I should rewatch. Okay. Looking at these blocks. But it's crazy to think that. Well, crazy isn't the right word, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's crazy to think that there was this point in time where this was a pre-recorded thing where I sat down for 3 hours, and I did like nothing. Oh, you're heading out? All right, see you, Dylan. Um, and and just sort of talk to a wall for 3 hours in some cases, and then I uploaded it, and people just sat down and watched it. No interaction, no nothing. Just me yapping. Um, hey, Redding, have you used those city blocks small? Have you used those city blocks small, or did you need something bigger in building size? Use those city blocks small, like an asset called city block small. Uh, I whittled these blocks down because I went out and took some measurements. Well, not went out. I went in and took some measurements. Um, because like city blocks are smaller than you think. At least when you're outside of New York City. Okay. Okay. Because the thing that I was looking at was like the Trinity Repertory Company. Best time after school zombie train was always worth the BS they started teaching uh, when I was in 7th grade. I'm glad it was uplifting. I really do appreciate how much the zombie train has been sort of a staple of so many things. It's the one thing that like what's the word? I'm not glad I left it behind, but it's the thing that I've sort of held on to the least. It was a project that didn't have. It's a project that, excuse me, I felt had run its course. Oh, okay, all right, yeah, these are neat. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to use some of these. These are similar. Oh, they're DES stuff. Okay. Yeah, I am in a lot of cases aiming for something a little bit bigger. Is there a city block large? No. Um, Hello, everyone. I am back since it's the summer now, and one that makes me want to be in water constantly. Sort of like it's a self-contained project. Yeah, it exists within its own realm. There's a little bit of crossover there, um, or like implied crossover, I guess, with the World Tour short stories, or at least it opens the door for the possibility of. But I've never explicitly connected the universes necessarily, and I've never yeah, I've never really done that, and it was something that it was a project. I wrote the thing, I wrote another thing. I was fairly happy with both. Looking back, uh, they're not really all that, but I was proud of them. It's always good to be proud of your work, and honestly, I mean, sitting down and banging out a 100-page book is nothing to shake a stick at, even if it's not very good. Um, I'm not a New York Times bestseller, and I never will be. The fact of the matter is, I'm having a lot more trouble getting book pages down now than I did back then, and it's just sort of like my life has changed, and uh, the amount of free time that I have has changed, and things like that. Hi, baby. Uh, I what? I don't think you should. Um, I wanted you to. I know you can't get on camera right now, but I wanted you to enlighten the audience as to what the nickname you've given my mustache.
Do you really want me to tell the
I
people?
No, you don't need to, but I'm not gonna do it. So if one of us does it, it's gonna have to be you. Um, but you can do it whenever you feel like it. You can wait until you're actually on camera if you like, or you can just stay over there forever.
My tank top is down.
tank top is down. I mean, it's hardly a tank top.
It is a
Is the
crop
respect?
top. That is
Yeah,
the thing.
it's
It's a crop top that I don't know if you want me to read it for the public.
that's up to you. It's probably in sight. I don't know if it is. Yeah, yeah. That I may be a handful.
It says, "I may be a handful, but so are my tits." So, but yeah, I call this little guy right here the womb broom.
All
I
right,
didn't I
there
didn't
it's
come
been
up with
said.
it. I didn't come up with it
It's
myself.
been said. No, but you subjected me to it, so now they're all going to be subjected to it. Because I can't with that. Um,
I'm sorry.
when it comes to larger city structures, I feel like you'd find them on approach medium site. Well, I can't use them if they're not on the download station, so I don't think that's going to work for me, sadly. Um, there are there are plenty of larger buildings out there, honestly. Some of them are better than others, but what? Well, he did go in the bathroom earlier. I put him in his crate. Well, I sent him to his crate, and he just sort of like diligently went into the crate. Because he's a good boy sometimes. Oops, did I just delete the wrong section of road? I just want to delete that. There we go. I think I deleted the spline point is what I did. There isn't a tennis court asset that's a full baseboard or something. Oh no. That would be a lot of tennis court. I wonder what is like the Guinness Book of World Records like most tennis courts in one like on one property, you know? Cuz I could imagine like if you wanted to break that record, right? You just get like a huge plot of land and you just mark out about a gazillion tennis courts. They don't even have to last very long. Well, you have to meet like whatever the standard is for a tennis court. Like whatever the surface has to be like, whatever the net has to be like. So you got to set all that stuff up. Um, some of the JR stuff is good. DLS stuff, exclusively DLS though, is questionable. I mean, the DLS is a wonderful service where you can get all sorts of stuff and all sorts of qualities on that stuff. I'm never going to look down on something just because it's from the download station, because if you have any like positive opinions about this route here, you got to know that every single piece of it came from the DLS, rolling stock and all, you know. So like it is, the DLS is deserving of the praise that this route gets. We need to know what the singular largest object asset is in Trainz. I think there's like a gigantic solar system model. That might be the largest single object. Oops, come on, up just a skosh. That's too high. Alright, hang on. Factors Fair Classic. And also, we're going to open the search filter because I wonder if I have it. No, I don't. Model railroad asset things. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big. Do I still love the narrow gauge in Trainz? Do I have a favorite narrow gauge when it comes to Trainz? For a long time, it was probably the Rio Grande or the RGS. The stuff that there was a good supply of assets for. Now there's a lot of good WWF stuff. Like there's some 2-foot stuff out there that's pretty solid too. So I don't think I have a favorite in Trainz. I'm kind of stuck. You know, I don't really explore in terms of what I can model. You know, I'm not out there making random little routes, so I couldn't tell you for certain. But I definitely still have an affinity for narrow gauge. I mean, being a WWF volunteer and all, it doesn't hurt. That's for sure. All right, let's go back into here. I'm gonna save this really quick, and I want to see if I can find that asset, which I don't know if it's on the download station, but I will check. that, like, I think it was called Moon, or something. Maybe Weibold remembers. I'm pretty sure he's the one that found it. Moon. Uh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Um, some skybox stuff. Um, Moon Basic. That's a ground texture. What was used in the IHR? Oh God, what wasn't? Um, Small spheric moon on the ground. Big spheric moon on the ground. Big spheric moon you can put over the scene. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna download... Wait, what is this? Is it the same person? No, it's not. Hold on, I'm gonna download Moon 1. Uh, oh, for the narrow gauge track. Well, there's 2-foot and 3-foot on the Iron Horseman. There is 2-foot north of Providence, and there is 3-foot like in the south. Oh boy. All right, that's a lot smaller than I expected. Not what I was thinking. Okay. That's still a big asset, but it's like the size of this building here. It's not that crazy. Um, oh, I did already use that one. Some of these are some cute houses. Cute buildings. This is nice. I'll put this on the corner. Thank you for reminding me that these exist. Even though I stumbled into one last week and it didn't even register that there were a whole bunch of them that I could use. To be fair, what to do with this alleyway? I mean, probably just put some. Whoa. Put some parking lots back there. But there's also this, which... Yeah, that's pretty cool. Looks pretty good. I think I'm going to rotate it to the right, just a skosh. There we go. I want it to be parallel with this road, or at least parallel enough that it doesn't look not parallel. Yeah, there we go. That's solid. A thing that can slightly stretch and resize buildings, that would be interesting. I don't know how difficult that would be to implement, but if you can have like tweak scalar in Kerbal Space Program, you could probably do that here. At least linearly, right? Just like make it bigger or make it smaller. You could probably get away with that without too much pain on the engine. What would be tougher is like reshaping them, even if it is just like along the cardinal directions of the building's existence. But reshaping them, like grabbing each corner individually and reshaping them, that's a different problem. That I would doubt sort of the viability of. These buildings are hovering. It's a choice between either make the sidewalk at the front sunken in or make the back. Well, honestly, I could do this. Also, gosh, I mean, I shaved earlier today, and my face is itchy. It's a, like, I don't do this often. My face is not used to it. Alright, let's do that, and then we can raise the stuff on this side. And then what? I should put at least one parking lot around here. My computer when I start reshaping the tennis stadium that was almost a full baseboard. Redding, where do you come up with these things? Like where I feel like Church talking to Caboose like I would love to live in your world for just like 10 minutes. Uh I mean the iPhone factory is fairly mundane. The God's largest tennis court, that's a new one. Um Biblically accurate tennis arena. Okay, let's put this over here. You know what's funny? Like, and I'm damn well ready for, uh, I'm damn well ready for, uh, the Merger Mania 2.0 test. But I can't stop fiddling with it. It's like I'm in the Phoenician scheme. I want to keep fiddling with it. Like I want to keep adjusting railroads and adjusting bonuses and adjusting formulas. Like I we ran that test last night. The spreadsheet worked just fine. Like honestly, no complaints about how that worked. But I decided, oh, you know what? I should add. I should add. It's a real asset. Oh, great! I thought you were memeing. Uh, nope, that's a normal sized tennis court. That's a normal sized tennis court. That's a normal sized tennis court. These are all normal sized tennis courts. If I placed it down, I do not remember it. But you know what? I don't remember a lot of things. So, um, some kind of sport thing. I'm gonna go. If you find it, let me know. Um, is this gonna be slightly too long to fit in here as like the L shape? Damn. Damn, I liked it. I liked that. Well, what if the blue whale asset? Listen, there's some interesting stuff out there. What if I I don't know about this. This is a weird kit bash. It's possible. Like it doesn't look super terrible, but it definitely does not look good. We're not doing that. There's an ocean on the map, so it'll be an Easter egg but a whale. It'll be an Easter whale. Doesn't anyone celebrate Easter anymore? What an episode of Rick and Morty that was. All right. Okay. This almost lines up, but doesn't. Okay, this might fit. Yeah, let's do this. The only problem that I have with this is that these are storefronts pointing at an alleyway, which is not ideal if you happen to be the store. Maybe I'll make part of this macadam. That might be worthwhile. Just half. Or maybe I'll just add the sidewalk down one side and call it good. That's probably easy enough. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna run out of these buildings, but looks pretty good. Baby, did you try this? Did you try this? Oh, we got the Buccaneer Stadium. Um, did you try this soda? You should. It's quite good. I'm pleasantly presently pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoy it. Oh, don't drop it. I said it tastes like a Shirley Temple. Okay. Hmm. Funny how you can't say words from the first episode to now. Yeah, well, listen. Not only did I never get better at talking, I think it's not unreasonable to assume that I have gotten worse. I definitely, like, I mumble more now than I once did. Alright, those storefronts are too deep. Everything is either too deep or what. Also, this looks like, you know what, this looks like the friggin' sticks, is what this looks like. This set of buildings is almost the perfect length. But it is, these storefronts are a little sad. I don't hate it though. Oh wait, but we can't put that there because we have this embedded track. Oh, which means we can't put this here because that needs to be cleared. This needs to be. I mean, it's been 30 years. When do you think they built this house? This could be a this could be a house that cropped up after the abandonment of this spur here. It looks like every downtown in Maine. Damn, that's too real. Um, presently surprised. Yeah, presently supplied. That's what you wrote. Hello, you got games on your phone? Okay, so I'm gonna highlight that certainly. Hmm. I wanted to sort of work down here. I wanted to grab some, like a shorter set of the storefronts. I guess I should find a shorter set of storefronts. Try saying that 3 times fast. God damn. Oh, here's one. I keep touching here because it hurts. Like, it really hurts right here. You found it? Oh no, what is it called? Looked up stadium. I put down the 3 stadiums I have, and they're reasonably sized, but they're like stadium size, you know? Okay. I don't know what I have to do. Maybe I have to like moisturize my face. It very much hurts. Um, Spoony tennis court. I thought I checked everything that was called tennis. Oh, I don't have it. Hold on. Spoony. I'm gonna download it. Please don't crash the game. Whoa! What on earth is this? And does it have a real life analog? I'm gonna Google this. Nope, it's not a real thing. I mean, the architecture of the bridge should have really given it away, but like, you never know. Like, Top Golf is a thing, so that could have been real. That's what all of them look like. Oh my god. If you're gonna use lotion, was it from the basket? Back to storefronts, please. Top Golf is neat. The problem I have with Top Golf, I guess I don't really have a problem with Top Golf. They built the Top Golf like within sight of an existing golf course and mini golf course that already was like I wondered how it was still around. But it was like one of my favorite places growing up. Uh, and it's kind of a bummer because I'm worried it's going to kill it. Else, I have an important question: Hannaford or Market Basket or Shaw's? We have Shaw's here. We have Market Basket. I don't go to Market Basket because I have a personal grudge. Um, because what is Top Golf is like an indoor driving range sort of thing. Um, the I have an extremely petty grudge because there was a there was a Market Basket getting built over here, and by all accounts, it's a fantastic store. Like people love it, um, but I saw like the red trim on the building, and I was hoping it was going to be a Target because our closest like big box store like that is kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain to get to. As a Rhode Islander, it's like a 15-minute drive, which might as well be the other side of the planet. Um, and so I was like, oh, we might get a Target, and it's a Market Basket. Um, and I was just like, I will never forgive them for not being a Target. It's like the dictionary definition of judging a fish by its ability to climb a tree. Um, and I gave them a shot when we were in Maine, but they didn't have. I can't remember what it was. We went in there for something, and then it didn't pan out. Um, so Market Basket. I am not a fan. We do have Shaw's. There's just not one near me. They have also disappointed me, but again, not their fault. Um, and then Hannaford's, I assume, is the same Stop and Shop. Hannaford. Hannaford. Who owns Hannaford? No, I guess not. I don't know where the nearest Hannaford is then. Um, because I just sort of assumed that they are. I assumed that they were. I assumed that they were Stop and Shop related, but no. Okay, if they're Kroger related, then I think that's different. Um, we don't have a Hannaford here. We have Stop and Shop, which is I think the same as Giant and Big Y. Like same parent company, and that's where Gloria works. So that's where we shop. Also because it's a stone's throw from where we live. Um, the latter is owned by Kroger. Uh, yeah, and that must be our closest like Kroger affiliate, I guess. Because I know Kroger is like more of a West Coast thing. I know Milky worked at a Kroger or works at a Kroger. I can't. I don't know if he's moved on from that position. Um, but for a long time he did. I remember. So yeah. Um, you're really in the sticks when you find yourself going to a Price Chopper. There was a Price Chopper not far from my college. Um, and for just Maine, Mass, New Hampshire, New York, and Vermont. Okay. Uh, I don't know if I want. I don't know if I should pepper this whole stretch with the taller buildings. I honestly don't know. I need to go look at how some of these areas look in real life. Um, More like Price Whopper, am I right? Now you're really in the sticks when you find like, well, a different kind of sticks. When you find like a what's that babe? What's that market that is at the end of the exit that you pointed out they changed the name of recently?
Oh,
But Keystone? No, it wasn't Keystone. I'd remember if it was Keystone. It's hold on, I gotta check now. It is. Oh, that's the wrong exit. That's the wrong exit. It's called Super Fresh. It's called Super Fresh Providence. Uh, that's when you find the off-brand supermarkets. That's always interesting. We also have a local market on our like adjacent main road called like Chalkstone Avenue Market or whatever, um, which seems pretty cool. It's just kind of annoying to get to for us. You know, I really have, un- unless and until the good folks over at Stop and Shop go on strike again, uh, I'm going to keep going to Stop and Shop because it's convenient, because it's right there. Um, there was a brief situation where they said they were closing some stores and people were very nervous that it was going to be this one. Thankfully, it was not. Um, it was the one next to the market basket, which apparently just like totally and completely lost the war against market basket. So that goes to show if you're on the fence between Stop and Shop and Market Basket, uh, I can tell you which one won over here, and based on my understanding, Market Basket is probably the better one anyway. No offense, Gloria. Um, okay, I'm just as long as you agree with it. I mean, I don't care if you agree with it. I just don't want you to be mad at me. I don't want to sleep in here. Go right in the doghouse. Um, I'm gonna save going in the doghouse until after the wedding. Then I will get in trouble because then you're stuck with me. Okay, this area, I like the way this area has looked. I'm gonna need to put some. I feel like I either need to put something over here to like balance out the size of this building, or I need to just make this square a parking lot, like wholesale a parking lot. Uh, and I'll tell you which one's easier. Parking lot it is. This is the first of our big downtown parking lots. We're going to have plenty of these. Um, Even the relatively small city of Providence has no escape from downtown parking lots. Do y'all have an area of town that uh, do y'all have an area of town that like nightlife hotspot by URI or Brown? Are you talking about here or talking about in real life? There is there's definitely a nightlife hotspot in Providence. Um, Say it's like Jewelry District area, Friendship Street. What what street is what street is Free Play on?
I don't know.
No, it's
Next to Friendship Street, though.
okay. Then yeah. Okay, I'm in the right headspace. Um, but yeah, it's down in not South Providence, but the south end of downtown. Um, that's where like the nightclubs are. Um, there's like I've only heard of most of these places, so I could just start throwing out names, but they would be completely meaningless to me. I don't go to them. Gloria sometimes does, and sometimes I tag along to go specifically to Free Play, which is an arcade or like a barcade with that adjoins a club. Um, it's really neat. It's a really cool place. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know me. It might surprise you that the nightclub scene is not my scene. I'm not for a night of drinking and dancing, but I am for a night of picking up Gloria after a night of drinking and dancing. Because everyone needs a designated driver, and I will do that. Okay. I feel like this roof is familiar. I feel like I used this building already. Okay. But yeah, those aren't... The closest college to that area would probably be Johnson and Wales University, which is a culinary school before anything else. Um, the other one that would be kind of close is the Rhode Island School of Design. And RISD is full of wild people. That's for sure. RISD is home to the folks who made the secret mall apartment, so that should give you some indication of what RISD's all about. Also, their sports teams are the Nads for hockey and the Balls for basketball, and their their mascot for the Nads is a penis. His name is Scrody. Uh, there's really not, like, there's no way to sugarcoat it. You're welcome to look it up at your own risk. Um, Pond scum. I have pond scum as an item. Um, okay, oh, a potash facility. Whoa! Look at the size of it. That's cool. I don't know what potash is or does, but that's cool. I should use that. I should definitely put a supermarket down somewhere, probably over here. I think this is a market. It looks like it might say market in English. Yeah, there we go. We've got all these... What is this? Why is it invisible? Oh, it's very nice, actually. Like, really nice. And it has a foundation, so I can put it on an uneven surface. Look at that. How great is that? This is a great house. These QCR houses, I'm going to have to use them all. RAF ensign flag. Okay. Raise drive-in sign. Oh, okay. We have a different drive-in sign. Raise drive-in Rev 1. Oh, it's a drive. Oh, not a drive-in. Not like a drive-in movie theater, like a drive-in, restaurant. Oh, this is so cool. I'm gonna have to put this over there by the highway. On the way out of town. It's like from Cars, or like if you've ever been to a Sonic, I guess. Oh, what is this? Is this standard gauge? Looks like standard gauge. It's a really nice looking roundhouse. Ah, and there's openable things that don't work because we're in Surveyor. But look at that. How cool is that? They don't snap to anything, so that's a little bit problematic. But I'm sure I could figure it out. Well, actually, Ringlokschuppen, which I assume means roundhouse. Ring locomotive shed, right? Like that's what that's got to mean, right? Okay, we only have that. Let me see if there's a matching turntable on the download station. Let me save first. It does sound German. Uh, Let me go on content manager. Ring lock. I'm gonna need to see the spelling of it again. Oh shoot! There are a bunch of Ringlock Schuppen. Uh, 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 I should down all of them. I'm gonna download all of them. We're gonna look at Ringlock Schuppen to wrap up the show. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ring. Question, right? If I were hypothetically want to make reskins for Tolbrand for my own personal use unless you want them, is there anything I should follow? Um, any specific guidelines? There's a bunch of stuff stored like on the drive, so you'll just have to poke around. But like, it's like I put Matt in charge of the reskin project, but he's too busy to do that. Okay, we got all of these. We don't have a turntable to go with them. That's what I was hoping to find. Like, these are some neat little engine sheds. I like this one. This one is just a building. It's not even... It doesn't even have tracks. The Ringlock Schuppen. And then this one is the same deal. What I could do with these is I could just put the two ends side by side. Let me see if I can find the German name for a turntable. I was just going to go and, like, search by author. You know, I was going to go and find everything else this person has made. It's a little frustrating. Like, I know it can be disorienting, but it is a little frustrating that these aren't done so that their center point is wherever the center of the turntable would be. So I can't just place them all in the same spot and then rotate them around that. Ah, shoot. I could just put these two like this, and then just extend tracks to them via switches, you know? Like I could just have a two-stall engine shed that was part of a roundhouse. Let me see. Today. I'm gonna put in today. Ringlock Schuppen, and then we're gonna look who it's made of. And you can see the screen here. It's by Yohimbo. Okay. Delete all that. Let's just do custom author. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're dealing with multiple authors here? Oh, we are. I can't. How am I gonna do that? Mummel. How am I gonna get the U with the things over it? New window, new content window. Filter by custom. Author. Oh shoot. Roundhouse connector switches always reminds me of Leadville. Hold on. Can I need something to copy. There we go. Wrong thing. Ah! Aha! There's stuff by this person. Let's see if we can find the matching turntables. If they exist. That's not what I want. This. Garage. Oh, garage. Wait, what? Oh, that's obsolete. Oh, you know what? Let's Uh, obviously false. That it should clear things up. Ringlockschuppen 1A, 1B. What did you say the term? It was started with a D? Uh, no, that's not it. But that sort of looks cool. Like, I like these. Um, oh, and also let's do... Uh, alright, whatever. Never mind. Get rid of that. Let's just go down to here. Dampflockschuppen. This is not the word that you said. There's some bushes. Tankstel? What is this? Oh, it's like a little industry of some description. Uh, something else. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Stella work? I don't know what that is. There's no descriptions on most of these. Waterhouse. I should download Waterhouse. That I'm gonna guess that's not Waterhouse. That doesn't translate to Waterhouse. That first word is not water. Yeah, I don't know what to download from here. I don't know what I'm getting. Maybe I just download these, like this and this, or I don't know what the difference is between. I'll just download. What is the difference between this and this? They are clearly different assets. No, I disagree. Actually, they might genuinely be the same asset. So I'll take the 01 one, I guess, because that might be newer. Those both start with D, and we don't have anything that starts with D. Waterhouse being the most important industry on Tolbrin. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Roundlockstuppen. I just download all these. What is TZ? Maybe the TZ is the turntable. Why would I think that? I don't know. I'm really like, you know, throwing signs at the wall here to see what sticks. Apparently Waterhouse is just a place that sells, you guessed it, water. That's it. Oh, we should be getting more stuff now. Where's the stuff that I just finished downloading? Can I refresh this? No. What did I just download? Oh, it's Rundlockstuppen. Maybe. Oh, shoot, wrong thing. Rundlockst. Okay, so we have more roundhouses. What's the TZ one? No. I mean, I could build roundhouses out of these, and it would just be a little tedious. We have a handful of turntables that we can use, and the fact that we have a bunch of different roundhouses is honestly kind of a good thing. It just chimed 10 o'clock, so we're going to wrap up anyway. But today we did this. This isn't much, but it's honest work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. This is the Admiral.